Well, it looks like Obama's at it again. The great community organizer, right? What the hell's this guy supposed to be doing as president? Anyway, the most important issue on the agenda right now for Mr. Obama, the great community organizer, is that let transgenders use the bathroom of choice that they want to in public schools or else. I think Vladimir Putin is laughing his butt off about this stuff. It's like I don't really want to be a fan of Vladimir Putin and even mention this too much right now, but it's an issue that has been now popping up in my head recently because it's like our leaders in this country, like Obama and Hillary Clinton and John Kerry, are so atrocious that it's making me think, God, who the hell elects these people? But anyway, uh, and I got to actually point out the hypocrisy of a lot of stuff, and just you know, to me, I don't know. It's like the transgen. I really don't care too much about this issue in some ways, but I also think though that other people's rights are being violated by transgenders issues being forced on other people. So in other words, if another person is in a bathroom and they don't want a transgender person in there and they feel uncomfortable, well, that's not good. But there probably is a solution. And there's so many, there's transgenders, like this is a male to female, and she looks, and I'll say she, I don't say he. I know by DNA they're he, right? But I'll say she. They look far more, this transgender looks far more feminine than most females around, period. That's just how it is, right? Now, um, I would tell you this, that the people, the sex that would have the problem with the other, with a transgender using their bathroom would be women, real women. Um, I don't know if they would have a problem with this particular transgender going there because if she didn't tell anybody she was transgender, they would never know in a million years. Um, but say they knew she was transgender, they might be freaking out about it. But if this woman went into a male bathroom, they wouldn't care. I mean, it's guys are dogs, man. They don't give a damn, man. I mean, if they had their way, they'd pee up behind a tree in public or something anytime they want it. Um, I mean, guys would not care if this transgender went in their bathroom or used their locker room or whatever, too. Whether she had a penis or not, they just wouldn't give a damn. But I guess some of the issue really comes into being though is when you start getting into underage kids, though. When you're talking about schools, you're talking about 11, 12, 13-year-old people, and it's like they don't really have a decision-making process there. Like, in other words, if this is being forced on them, and it can go further than just a bathroom issue. It could be, the question could be, a male wants to shower beside your 14-year-old daughter in a locker room. Are you okay with that? It's like, hey, and actually they'll push that next. They'll say, oh, that's unreasonable. But that's one step at a time, right? But transgenders actually, and I really am for the rights of minorities. But you know what it is? The government needs to stick their damn nose out of this crap. It's like, well, transgenders maybe just need to stick together in their own more community if they're being ostracized and have it that way. But that's kind of like how anything is. If there's a subset of and there's a lot of subsets of populations in different ways. It could be interest or religious beliefs or whatever, whatever the heck it is. But there could also be a female to male transgender. So this is a female to male transgender, and I would never know that was a female, for crying out loud. How would I know? I mean, unless she has female parts and she took her pants down, I would know. But this person walked in the male bathroom. Somebody told me if a male walked in, if you had either one, like the male to female or the female to male, walk in a male bathroom and use the facilities, I don't think a lot of guys would give a damn. I think the females are the ones that are actually get all bent out of shape about it. But the Obama dictating this issue to the public schools is this guy. He needs to be impeached over this crap right here because first off, what the hell provision in the Constitution even states that education needs to be micromanaged and social agendas need to be micromanaged by the federal government at the executive level. Even, it's ridiculous. I mean, why is there even a Department of Education? What, supposedly not educate our kids, but freaking push a curriculum that is per what established money wants to fund, a certain way, rewrite history and all this kind of garbage, or push social values, like whatever they consider the new social value is. Now, I tell you the truth, I don't really give a damn about this transgender issue. I'm really pissed off about, and that's not really pissed off, but I know what Obama is about. I'm not pissed off about it. It's just I really know what a jerk's about. But I'm like, dude, you're freaking so worried about, whether it's a male to female or female to male using a bathroom versus somebody, I don't know, where they could pee in a public school. And there's a lot of other stuff going on in the world that's freaking way more important than that, buddy, Mr. Community Organizer. Now, I also want to state this, and this is not something against the religion or anything, but I thought about this issue a little bit about, really some of the people that would really have the biggest moral issue with a transgender using a bathroom that was, I don't know, say it was different from their DNA sex versus their outward appearance sex or their surgical sex, whatever you want to call it, whatever the heck it is. Um, I know there'd be religious people that would have an issue with it, but I realize there could be like Christians, Jews, or somebody else gonna. But actually, the reality of the situation, and you know this for a fact, the one religious group out there that would really have the biggest issue with this would be in Islam. And I know YouTube, you're only going to say, this video is not advertiser friendly. But I'll tell you, I'll request a manual review again. I'm telling you right now, if you play the game. Because I'm getting tired of that crap. Every time I even say one little thing, and that's the truth, though. But that's the truth. Islam is way less tolerant of this type of stuff that Obama's trying to push on the American people. And here you got Obama pushing for, Islam in his country left and right. Yet he's not even pushing what it really is. I'm like, what the hell is this? This guy is like so. I mean, the whole deal with it. Well, Obama has to be gay. You know that. There's no doubt about it. There's no. I mean, there's all the stories about him before he was even president. He was some. I don't know what the hell he was. That wouldn't surprise me if he was one of the people that was messing around with Herbert Walker Bush, because I think they're all, the Bush, Obama, Clinton, they're all in the same boat. The only alpha heterosexual we got out there is probably Donald Trump. He might not be perfect, but it's like, hey, whatever. But, I'm not even trying to push like, say Donald Trump has ways he wants to do things. I think I'm thinking, get the government out of this crap, man. We don't need you high dollar pieces of crap dictating every aspect and micromanaging every aspect of people's lives from birth onward. This is not, LBJ and Lyndon Baines Johnson's Great Society. It's freaking, that was garbage too. But if you right now we're going to something whereby it's LBJ's Great Society on steroids times 10. And I look at people like it's like, God, I know Vladimir Putin is not a freaking nice guy, but God, it's making me look at him with so much more respect than our own leaders. And that's saying a lot coming from me, because I am not, I'm not buying into the myths of the Vladimir Putin fans out there, like, he's against the New World Order and all that. I mean, but God, compared to our leaders in this country, God, that's crazy. It's crazy what they're even, people could even side with our leaders the way they are, because these are blatant communists. Our first communist president was Bill Clinton, and it's not so much they're communists because they're pro transgender rights or something. It's communist. They're communists because they're dictating what everybody should be doing. They're saying the way it should be, and it's like they ignore. I'd say, what is it? At least 99 point something percent of people are not transgender, and they're ignoring the rights of those people. And they're making an issue out of something that probably is not too much of an issue anyway. I Actually, like I said, I think the males, if the transgender, male to female, or the transgender female to male, use the male facilities, the men's rooms, bathrooms, or whatever the hell it is, I don't think the males would give a damn too much. Now, if they're very religious, maybe. But I think the ones that are more religious, that are into, Islam, and I know, like in Iran, I know I say it, it's Iran. I always say Iran. I'm from New Jersey, right? Um, they actually have a lot more. They actually have a lot of. They do have transgender rights there, but it's like, um, they also have it whereby you're becoming a woman, and you're going to wear a burqa, and you're going to cover your face, and you're going to be subservient to the man. It's not like you're going to be, walking around in a miniskirt. Your face is going to be uncovered like over here, and you're going to be free and independent and do anything you want. Like they do allow transgenders in Iran, but it's like, it's like it's like you're going to be the number two in on when you're talking about the male female, and you're going to be wearing a burqa, and you're going to have to obey all the rules of the woman, and you're not going to have any rights like you have over here as a woman. So I don't think there's a lot of transgenders in Iran. I don't know if there is or isn't, but I know it's legal to be one there. So I mean, like when I brought up that issue, that most people probably that are more religious in Islam, they're going to really, I think they'd flip out more if transgenders were using various bathrooms than any religious group. And like I said, I'm not that religious, but here you have Obama with promoting Islam throughout the country, left and right, more indirectly and directly, and he won't even say a word about that, because actually that's the group in this country that would probably give transgenders the hardest time, because I've seen a number of stuff, even when they're talking about gays and bisexuals and lesbians and whatever, that Islam people, as Muslims, talking about putting them to death. But Obama doesn't freaking address that, right? YouTube. I know somebody's gonna freaking gig this video, because I know what's going on. There's some clowns out there. Every time you freaking, and I'm not telling you anything wrong here. I'm just telling you the facts. You know. So it's like Obama pushes an agenda, but it's kind of like his own agenda. It's not even the Islamic agenda. It's not. I don't know. It's his own hybrid agenda of communism, um, socialism, a little bit of Islam mixed in there, and gay, lesbian, and bisexual, transgender rights. That's what he's pushing. He's not pushing Islam. He is somewhat, but it's like he's definitely not all the way, because a lot of stuff he's doing is totally against Islam. So what the hell is with this guy, man? Um, but anyway, our enemies, and that are enemies of America, and actually that would work against us to destroy all our freedoms. He's not doing a damn thing about that. And if this guy thinks he's going to just use his presidential muscle and his executive orders to push the issue of transgenders in public school bathrooms, their choice, um, it goes to show you he was never fit to be president ever. Not even in the least. But people voted for him. Unfortunately, some people voted for him because he was black, and they figure, well, he's an outside guy, and or be our first black president. But he's horrible. He's horrible. I'll tell you the truth. I know he's very likely does have his father's from Kenya, but that birth certificate issue is like one thing. But I have no problem with him having Kenyan lineage. I would rather have the current Kenyan president that's in Kenya right now be the president of our country, because the guy's got freaking far more backbone than Obama, and he's 100% black. I'd tell you the truth, I really would. I mean, if you're freaking throwing out the rules everywhere, why not have that guy be the president, for crying out loud? I got no problem with a freaking black president. I got a problem with Obama. God. And Hillary, I can imagine what's going to happen when that thing gets in office. If she does, who knows? So anyway, that's my thing on this, and I don't want to upset people or anything like this with this issue, but that's what Obama's trying to do. And goes to show you just some more of his duplicity in leadership, and his weak leadership, and he's focusing in on the most trivial issues While I know it's not trivial to a transgender, but I'm saying trivial to the survival of the nation. And like I said, I personally, if there was a choice, I mean, if the transgender female to male or male to female was going to use a bathroom and not have an issue, they probably should use the male bathroom, because I think it's really the women that are going to get bent out of shape about that stuff. The males are going to be like, I'm just here to take a pee or something, or take a dump, and they're not going to be pay attention who the hell's next to them in the next stall. You know what I mean? They're not going to give a damn. So that would pretty much solve that. So anyway, over and out. Chill. Have a nice day.